A scary scene outside of Rochester High School is prompting renewed calls for heightened security. 13 WHAM's Natalie Calzatoni joining us now. Met with some city leaders here, and they're calling for some outside help on what they're calling for outside those schools.
Absolutely, Don. Those pushing for these measures tell me children engaging with car theft and reckless driving in our community is an issue that needs to be addressed. Elected city leaders are calling for state legislation following a scare at Franklin High School Thursday afternoon. A 16-year-old boy was taken into custody for allegedly driving recklessly on school grounds.
We know that we can't legislate behavior, but we certainly can legislate consequences, and we can legislate resources.
They want members of the New York State delegation to help combat this issue. City Council member Michael Patterson commends the city school district, police department, and Monroe County for taking action, but he thinks the response needs to be taken up another level.
And the legislation we want them to introduce is we want every child who is engaged in any kind of crime related to car theft, we want them to all be evaluated before they are released. The second thing that we're asking is that before that child is released back into our community, that a responsible adult, ideally a family member, comes in and signs off and says, one, this is my kid, I know what they are alleged to have done, and I understand that I am accountable for their behavior and actions.
Bollards and chains were put in place around Franklin High School on Friday, and an increased presence of Rochester police officers and state troopers will be on hand each day at dismissal through the end of the school year. Rochester City School Commissioner Jacqueline Griffin says those young people causing these problems need activities.
And we need to make sure that these kids have things to do inside and out so that we make them successful and they don't have to go and resort to violence or crime.
I reached out to our local New York State delegation and Governor Kathy Hochul's office for comment on this report. Senator Jeremy Cooney replied and says he is ready to engage with City Council on this proposal and look at ways to combat these thefts in the city. Don?